Hello and welcome to the theElpyDimension. I am your guide, Elpy. Today is the 6th of June, 2025 again, and I'm out here transplanting peppers and tomatoes. This is bed E, and I'm seeing that, for those who don't know, I have several videos of me pulling garlic early. I think the first time I did was maybe May 3rd. Maybe it was later than that, but super early. Because I have so much garlic, more than I need. This is all garlic. It is a garlic whole bulbs that I forgot last year, and I just let them grow to see how they grow. This is all garlic. There's some other stuff planted down in there, but again, whole bulbs. There's more garlic in here, not as much in this bed. And then all of these tall plants, except there's some weeds in there too, are garlic. So today I did a short in which I pulled these three from bed A because I wanted the room to plant some tomatoes, and that was my plan when I left all this garlic. And I also planted some. I planted all those, and I planted northern white around this perimeter, and then it's just in bed A and B that I have bulbs that I left. But anyway, so I pulled these three out. This is what they all my garlic have scapes. I pulled a bunch yesterday or day before, and I pulled these out. They're pretty small yet. That's fine. They're kind of a weird shape because they're all growing in a bunch, and that's from this bunch here. And then this bunch over here, I wanted the room because I'm going to plant another tomato there, and you can eat this garlic. These are all the ones that I pulled out there. They were already super skinny. They barely have scapes, but itty bitty, and that's fine. I'm gonna still use them. Doesn't bother me. But so what I'm gonna do over here, I'm gonna plant this jalapeno. Most of my peppers I'm gonna grow in buckets and green stalks, but I've decided I want to put this jalapeno in this bed and probably a couple others. So I see a spot right here, and I grew last year. I grew garlic normally spaced, and I planted my tomatoes in the midst of them, and in this bed and in that bed, and they grew. My tomatoes overtook the garlic, and I forgot a lot of the garlic. That's how this happened. So I know that they can grow in there. It's just I've got some really sort of weak looking plants that I'm like, they're gonna grow really tall just to hit the sun. But anywho, so not all this garlic can stay. So what I'm thinking about doing is probably pull this little guy here. Now these are ones I planted. These are music. Okay. And here's one that is this the one that I pulled? I think this is the one that I pulled before. So yeah, we're gonna pull this little guy on the edge. It does have a scape still, and it's starting to curl. So again, small, right? And it's not formed any of the cloves. It's just one big bulb. But this garlic is in my way. That is an octalasian worm. It is a native worm. They are endogiic, which means that they occupy the next layer, like the middle layer. They go up and down, and as well as horizontally, I believe. But yeah, they always come out when the soil's disturbed. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, I think we're gonna pull a couple more actually. So again, these are all music. I might actually pull, well, I'm kind of experimenting to see how the peas do with the garlic, but I still need the room, so we're going to put that pepper there, and we're going to put somebody else there, and I think I want to pull this guy. Now I know some of you might be like, why are you doing this? But again, I have so much garlic that I allowed myself to go ahead and plant that much and leave it because I said I'm going to pull it as I need to when it's time to plant. So this one's even smaller, even though it's a big stalk, which is interesting, right? Because these guys, see, their stalk is really thick. And these are 3 that were growing together, and they have much smaller stalks, but they are smaller bulbs, but still. And then we have these 4 that were in a big group, well, 5 rather, and they're itty bitty. But okay, so I figure I'll document as I pull. I won't pull too much of the music because I do want to eat some and save some. All right, thank you so much for your time and your interest. We'll see how, probably wind up pulling stuff in here too, but at the same time we got a big space here, but this is mostly planted with squash. I need to do a tour. Be safe, be well, bye for now.